Hello, I'm WhiteMoose, and this is Underused, a new kind of weapon review kind of series, where I'm gonna highlight some underused weapons that are very good, but for some reason it's not popular at all. It's not gonna be kind of a different weapon review series, I think, because I'm not gonna put much emphasis on statistics of the weapons, like the damage and so on. I'm more gonna go on my opinion of it and what I think about it and so on. So more opinionated and less based on just pure statistics, because statistics you can check up yourself, and you do that on simthic.com, and I'm gonna leave a link to the AKS below. So if you want to check out the stats, feel free to do so. Anyway, let's move on. The AKS-74u might be the best medium to long range weapon the engineer kit has to offer, with really good accuracy. Pretty much don't have to counter the recoil. Well, of course you do, but it's not really that noticeable, and the bullets just go in a straight line. Some weapons are just a large spread, so even though you are spot on, the bullet just goes randomly around him. With this weapon, the bullet just goes straight on him. It doesn't deviate pretty much anything. It just goes straight. So if you're a bit more defensive and stationary player, and who likes to take defensive positions a bit further back, then this weapon is going to be a perfect fit. Just like I did just now, I was stood behind the box and just kept firing at the enemy team while they tried to move into the MCOM. Because this weapon is so accurate, you can just stand there and just fire and fire and fire and be spot on pretty much all the time. And the AKS also has a really good reload, so you're gonna just be able to shoot a lot and without barely even have any pauses. Usually in Battlefield 3, if you have a fast weapon, it's gonna be bad in long range and good in short range. If you have a slow weapon, it's gonna be bad in short range and good in long range. Because, yeah, that's pretty much just how it generally is. And because of that, the AKS is gonna struggle a bit in short range, because short range engagements usually ends up being more of who can shoot the most bullets the fastest and less about accuracy. So if you have just an AKS against a fast weapon in close range, then the AKS is probably gonna lose. To counter that, you have to put more emphasis on map awareness. You have to be aware of what happens around you, and basically you have to shoot first. If you shoot first, then you're gonna be fine, because then you put the suppression effect on the enemies before they get it on you, and you're gonna be more accurate and just blast them down. But that's a bit tricky, because yeah, you just have to be more aware. You have a lot more thing to worry about. Like, if you're using a FAMAS in close range, then you can just... Oh, an enemy! Boom, died. Boom, died. You can just point at him and spray, because even though you fire a bit behind the other guy, you're probably gonna get him anyway, because it's so fast. So yeah, just be a bit more careful when using the AKS in short range. Although I would suggest that you don't use it in short range, because then you get the less out of the weapon. If you stay on medium to long range, then you're just gonna do a lot better with it. So that's what I would suggest that you do. But yeah, sometimes you have to go into short range and then just be a bit more careful. Just be aware that you have to shoot first to be able to safely get enemies. And let's talk a bit about the attachments. My recommendation for the attachment for AKS-74u is heavy barrel. That's it, short and simple. If you don't like horizontal recoil, then just put foregrip on it as well. If you really don't like vertical recoil, then I would suggest putting on flash suppressor. But if you do use flash suppressor, I wouldn't recommend using foregrip, because then your accuracy is going to be quite a big shot, and unfortunately you're going to be less accurate, and the weapon is you're gonna take away the best part about the weapon, pretty much. So just use either foregrip and heavy barrel, or just heavy barrel, or just flash suppressor. That's my opinion on it. So let's try and summarize the AKS-74u. It's pretty much become my go-to weapon for the engineering kit, especially on larger maps like Unoshire canals, pretty much any conquest map, but like Karga Island on Russia and the Caspian border and so on. It's awesome in larger maps in longer ranges. So if that's something you want from a weapon, then I would suggest that you at least try it, because it's way better than the popularity of the weapon suggests, because I don't really see it that much, and it's just superb, and it should be one of the most popular weapons in game, I think. Well, not, maybe that's a bit high, but yeah, It's just a really good weapon. I think people are thrown off by the slow fire rate. I don't know. It's just a really good weapon. Try it out and you will have a lot of success with it. That I can almost promise. Well, not really, but yeah. Let's hope. Yeah. Bye.